In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always. Welcome to another edition of the Realities Temple on Earth. I am your brother, the host, and hopefully your friend, Talik Ibn Ra. I want to bring up a subject that has become more, or has risen more to the surface within the last few months, and that is extreme anger from certain individuals towards me because I refuse to accept and advocate for something many of us know of as, or what is called, African spirituality. This is the Realities Temple. And there is no doubt, and I have made very, very clear, it is in the profile. I have explained over and over again what I am. I am a realist, not an atheist. And a realist, I am an advocate of what I call realism. A realist I define as the following. If you can show clear, convincing, and overwhelming evidence that God exists, then I will accept that as part of my reality. I have no problem with the existence of God. However, even if God do exist, I will not worship God. I will not pray to God. I will not go down on my knees for God, because there is no life form better than my own. And if that means my destruction or going out of existence, then so be it. And as a person who is a descendant of slaves, our ancestors being slaves for over 300 years, you would think black people would be tired of serving folks, regardless if it is another man or some spirit. I'm sick of being somebody's servant, somebody's lap boy. Tired of it. So if you want to serve somebody, if you want to continue to be dependent upon somebody, that's your business. Don't get angry and mad at me because you still want to be somebody's slave, because now the slave is spiritual. Now you angry at me. How can somebody, they say, you're so black, open-minded and black, you don't want African spirituality, but you open up your page with, in the name of my ancestors. In the name of my ancestors have nothing to do with being somebody's lapdog, somebody's slave, being dependent and looking for some kind of spook or some kind of high from someone else other than myself. In the name of my ancestors is simply giving honor to those who walk in this life before me. That is why I exist. So I honor them for making my walk a little easier. Has nothing to do with spirituality. This goes to show how infantile and childish we are. And you talking African spirituality and you don't even know what the hell it really is. Somebody done threw a lot of big words at you and made it complex. And there go your mind, because with black people, we so emotional. And we love things complex because we have been nothing. We have been mentally retarded. So if you have a high school education and you talking to a mentally retarded person, you sound fantastical. You sound so celestial. You ain't talking about nothing. African is a continent. African spirituality. There are many languages on the African continent. There are many religions. There are many beliefs. Many tribes. So when you talk about African spirituality, where is it coming from? Well, you might say, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You don't know what the hell. What it is that we have been lost from the knowledge of ourselves. So we're trying to find ourselves. So we're experimenting with the different African religions and teachings. We think we don't know. We think our ancestors practice. And for me, you had all this religion, all this belief, and you got all these powerful gods, but yet and still you were brought into a strange land that was not yours, made to serve a strange people for 300 years. What was your God? What was your spirit to save your ass? And it's so great. You want me to accept and embrace something that made us a loser. Just because our ancestors practiced it, don't mean that it was good. Some of our people believe in incest. You gonna practice incest? Some of our African ancestors practice cannibalism. So I guess you want to eat another black person for your meal later on today, do you? There are black people that drink blood. There's all kinds of African practices, all kinds of things. You want to, just because your ancestors done something, don't make it right. And if it don't have any power that I can use today, I don't want it. Religion exists because our ancestors brought up the concept, but it was one of the worst things that could happen to humanity because it takes you away from yourself and makes you dependent upon some mysterious being or another person that claim they are connected to the mysterious being. When you come to the realities temple, I want you to connect to yourself, your self-thought. There's nothing greater than your brain. And all of us have one. Learn how to use it. Learn how to use your brain. I'm going to unsubscribe. Go away. The further you are away from it, I'm trying to advance. I'm trying to break slavery. Whether it is by man or it is by God or some spirit, I don't want to be nobody's slave. You can be a slave if you want to. Don't bring your slave mentality and attitude here. It's not wanted and it's not appreciated. So if you want to unsubscribe, take that nappy happy ass on and drink some blood and do some of the other crazy stuff that Africans do. Put some bones in your nose. Put some other, paint yourself with all kinds of colors or something. Just because our ancestors did it don't mean that it was good. And then there are things that ancient people did that we have no idea why they done it. But you want to copy and you don't even know the reason why they done it. So that makes us look silly. Just like we want to be the brand new Egyptians. Oh, we came from Egyptians. That might be true. I'm not going to even argue with you on that. But here you are dressing up like somebody. You don't even know what the hell they're about. You Egyptian pretend wannabe. And we want to be these Muslims. But we copy an Arab Muslim. If Islam is the natural way that God wants us to be, we don't know nothing about it. Because everything around us has been unnatural. So you copying Arabs. And brothers be talking, they want to talk Arabic and you look stupid and silly because you're trying to be something. We have to become a brand new people. If you want to believe in God, come up with your own God, your own concept. If you got to do that. Stop taking stuff from some. Bring it brand new. Are you dumb? You can't. What you think they done? Ain't no God ever come to us and gave us anything. All these things come from some man. Well, you said, well, God inspired them. There's no proof God did anything. Them guys was probably sitting on the corner smoking some weed. How on crack? Well, they didn't have crack back in the day. I don't guess. They might have. The Realities Temple want you to seek self-empowerment. Why should I go to a dead spirit, pray to dead spirits and spooks, and look outside of myself when I come from out of the universe? So you mean to tell me I was created in the universe and I was brought into existence lacking? You're not lacking. You're dependent on somebody else when you should be dependent on yourself. Seek the knowledge and understanding and wisdom yourself. Where do you think they got it from? What you're trying to ask me to do is accept what somebody thinks how it's supposed to go. What they believe. No, so I cannot accept African spirituality because there's too much confusion. And in this day and time, we need less confusion as possible. And if you want to be confused, get the hell off this page because I'm bringing it to the real. Understand. Time is out. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments. This was and is the Reality's Temple on Earth.